What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a great video today. We have some huge news with Tesla stock, Boeing stock, Joe Rogan, and Spotify, and a lot of big news to know for the market this week. Like I said, we have a lot of great info, so stick with us. We have a lot of great plays too. But with that being said, Tom, we're not going to waste any time, so let's get right into today's video.
Yeah, Mike, like you said, lots of stocks did very well today. Tesla was up over 10%, and we had tons of stocks following Tesla to the upside. They actually had an awesome upgrade this morning from Credit Suisse to outperform, which is great to see. And Tesla did end up falling on their earnings last week. And then Elon Musk announced that Tesla was going to be making the new Tesla bot. And then Tesla started really shooting to the upside here. We ended up 10%, and then we had this nice upgrade. So I just think it's such a cool thing to see that Tesla is doing this well. And there was also some pretty good quotes in the CNBC article about this upgrade. Pretty much he wrote that he was surprised that Tesla had the upside that they had. And then he also said that he believes that these margins are sustainable. So it's good to see that some of these analysts are looking at some of Tesla's fundamentals and thinking that they can sustain this type of growth. So it's great to see, and Tesla's up 10%.
There we go. So good stuff there. Tom, in terms of Tesla's stock price, what are the main levels to watch both to the upside and the downside?
Yeah, to the upside, Tesla pretty much exploded today. They did consolidate a little bit around this 920 resistance. So that might be a pretty good support for tomorrow. So I would definitely eye up $920. And as we start to rise here at the end of the day, we're actually approaching a pretty big resistance here, right around $950 even. We've actually touched that level a couple times over the past few trading days, and then took some pretty big drops. So I'll definitely be looking for Tesla to move up above 950. That's going to be a huge resistance. And then after that, I'm going to be looking at 980, but 950 is going to be huge tomorrow.
Sounds good. And then what levels do you have for support?
Yeah, for good supports, like I said, 920 is going to be a really good intraday support for tomorrow. That's going to be a pretty big level I'm eyeing up. They had multiple bounces there today on the 1 minute chart. And then on a larger time frame, I would kind of eye up $880 to 900 down here. There's just been so many bounces within that $20 price range that I would definitely say like 900 to 880 would be one of the bigger levels tomorrow.
Sounds great. So, Tom, like you mentioned, Tesla reported earnings last week, and I know that we have a lot of other big earnings on the way. So, what do we have in stock for the rest of the week?
Yeah, there's a ton of huge ones coming up tomorrow before open. We're going to have Exxon and Mobil in the oil industry. Oil stocks have been really flying up lately, and today they actually took a bit of a tumble. So we'll have to see how these oil companies end up doing. I know with the price of oil being higher, they might report pretty good numbers. So we'll have to see how it ends up going. But for the longer term, I don't really like those plays too much. But tomorrow after close, Mike, it's going to be insane. We have AMD, Google, Starbucks, even PayPal and General Motors. So there's a whole lot. We even have Electronic Arts, actually, EA down there. They're pretty big in the gaming industry. So tomorrow's going to be a big day. I'm really hyped up for AMD after close. I think that's going to be a huge one to look at.
Sounds great. And then we can't forget about Meta, Qualcomm, and Spotify on Wednesday. And of course, on Thursday, we have big names like Amazon, Ford, and then Penn National Gaming. So we're set for another volatile week, guys. Be ready for the crazy volatility, and it's only Monday. So there we go. And then, Tom, I know that, we have Spotify earnings on Wednesday, and there's a lot of controversy with Spotify right now, and the stock's up 13.5% today. So what's going on?
Yeah, there's a bit of controversy going on here with Joe Rogan. Apparently, there's been some boycotts going on. Apparently, Joe Rogan and he hasn't been too kind to the vaccine, we should say. So there's been a little bit of boycotts going on. But today, he actually came out and apologized about it, and he said that he could give his viewers more information. So that's cool to see. And the stock ended up going up 13.4%. I don't know if it's necessarily attributed to this news or if they were just following up other growth stocks, because we had so many growth stocks go up over 10% today. I honestly can't believe it. Like Blink's up 10%, Roblox is up 10%, AI is up 10%. But either way, I mean, Spotify had a great day, and it's good to see that that they had this semi good news, at least. It's never good that we hear of boycotts, but at least he apologized.
True that. And then another play that was looking pretty decent today was good old Boeing. I heard they got a new deal in the works. So tell me more about Boeing.
Yeah, Boeing actually had a really good deal today. They won the Qatar deal for their 777X freighters and their 737 MAX jets. And they're going to be building these new 777, I should say, X freighters. I don't know how they're going to necessarily pronounce this, but either way, the new 77X freighters and the 737 MAX jets were what they won that deal for. And it's actually worth quite a bit of money here. This deal with Boeing is worth apparently $34 billion at the list prices. Now, it's not necessarily said yet, but you can see they are estimated to be worth like $14 billion. So we'll just have to see how this ends up playing out. But keep in mind that whenever they make bulk orders, they do get some discounts there. But either way, that's really good news for Boeing, Mike. It seems like they've been having some good news with these 737s lately.
Here we go. Yeah, Boeing has been pretty inconsistent lately. It's been all over the place. Like over the past year or so, it's just been back and forth, back and forth. There's been a lot of good news, a lot of bad news, and the stock is just in between right now. Like it's right around that $200 support, which is a really important level. At the same time, the market overall has been doing pretty well over the past year. So you can definitely say Boeing has been underperforming. So it's on my watch list. It's not necessarily my favorite play in the world, but it's on my watch list.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see it recovering up with a lot of these other beaten down companies. So I feel like that if we start to see a rise out of all growth like we did today, like if this continues, I think Boeing might have a pretty good foothold going on here. There's some pretty big supports. And like you said, if we pass above $200, that's going to be pretty big. And honestly, we're sitting on it right here at after hours. So it's going to be a pretty cool stock to watch tomorrow. Once we break 200, I'm really going to be eyeing up that 210 resistance.
Here we go. So let's get right into some of these comments from the previous video. And with the first comment, we have Power mentioning CHTR, Tom. So looking at CHTR, it's been on a pretty nice uptrend, like on like a long-term time frame. Their fundamentals are pretty decent, but their growth is definitely slowing, like their revenue and their profits and things like that. It's like a nice, like solid company. It's just not necessarily a great play for me because I feel like they don't have a ton of growth potential. With that being said, the stock is relatively slow and steady and it's relatively consistent. It's just not one of those it doesn't have a ton of growth potential in my opinion.
Yeah, and it looks like they've been doing pretty good. Their EPS is getting pretty high here. So I don't know. It's hard to say with this one. I know that they're a pretty established internet and communications company. Like Mike, where I live, this is actually the fastest internet company, the fastest or the best TV service, it's kind of crazy. So I know that there's different companies that rule different parts of the United States, sometimes in the South, like Verizon and Comcast, and there's other companies like that. But I know that Charter is pretty big, so we'll have to see how they end up doing.
Sounds good. So with that being said, I just want to shout out our member of the day, which is actually Power Sports. So huge shout out Power Sports. Thanks for being a great member of the Discord. And thank you so much for all of your support on YouTube. But Tom, with that being said, let's get right into the momentum plays for tomorrow. And with the first one, we have Beyond to the upside.
Yeah, with Beyond, go ahead and make them break out above $66. This is going to be a pretty big stock to watch for tomorrow. They had some upgrades this morning as well.
All right, and with the next one, we have AI also to the upside.
Yeah, these growth stocks did amazing. Go ahead and make AI break up above 26.50.
All right, and with the last one, we have Alibaba also to the upside.
Yeah, Baba, the China plays actually did surprisingly well here. Make Baba break out above 126.50.
All right, so we are watching Alibaba, AI, and Beyond Meat for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. But Tom, how about we showcase that bot play from today? We can see the hybrid bot called out the DraftKings 21 strike calls at $120 each, and it ran all the way up to $160 each. So if you guys trade options, especially if you day trade them, definitely check out that second link in the description down below. below. It's that second link in the description down below for daily option swing trades, day trades, and access to a great community. You can cancel at any time, and the bot has been doing very well lately, so definitely check it out. And then Tom, before we wrap up the video, do you have any last minute plays or anything for tomorrow?
You know, I was really happy to see that the SPY finally broke out of the range that we've been seeing for the past couple of weeks. Like, we can see the SPY has really been trading between that range with an upper level or an upper resistance of 444. Once we broke out up above 444 this morning, it actually acted as a really good support, and the SPY started really running up. So I'm glad to see that we did get this breakout that we were looking for. I know that I talked about this a lot in last night's video, so I'm just really happy to see the SPY break out up above this channel. We're now up around that 450 resistance, but there were so many explosive moves today. I think the SPY it couldn't help but break that level to the upside. You know, whenever you have like 10 or 12 like awesome stocks up like 10%, it's just going to really help the market. And even good old Netflix was up 11%. Like, there was so much good movers today. It was one of the best days in a long time.
Absolutely. And like you said, it's been one of the best days in a long time, but there's also still a lot of great deals out there. So with that being said, if you're looking to find some good deals in the market, definitely check out our brand new stock analysis dashboard. You can type in any stock, and within seconds, you can see 10 years worth of their historical financial data, and you can see exactly what is moving that company. The dashboard works great, and we have some crazy things in the works behind the scenes with this one. Right now, it's a one-time payment. I guarantee you the price will rise in the future, and it's an awesome tool. I use it literally every day, and you could basically visualize any company's financial data in seconds, and you could find out whether the company is worth buying or not. So definitely check it out. It'll be that first link in the description down below. Like I said, prices will definitely be rising over time as we continue to add so many great features. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. But other than that, let's have a great week.